Hey, John with PadPrinters.com. I'm going to talk about some things that you're going to need to have to go along with your pad printer. First thing you're going to need is a set of tools, metric Allen wrenches. Metric is important because all Tosh machines are metric. There's nothing standard on there. So this is a set that goes up to 10 millimeters, which should be sufficient for what you need. Most frequently, you're going to use a 5 millimeter wrench, and in some cases, a 6 millimeter wrench. You also need to get a 17 millimeter open end wrench like this. This is a low profile one that's thinner. If you can find that, great. A regular 17 millimeter is good too. This one is too short, however. The reason you're going to need those is, as I explained in a separate video, if you have to adjust your pressure tower, which is installed in the machine, you have to get in there and get at this bolt. It can be difficult to get in there with a wrench that's thicker. So if you can find low profile, great, but not absolutely necessary. You want to have spare doctor rings. This is a 90 millimeter doctor ring. This is a wear item, so for each size ink cup you want to have a spare ring. That way if you chip one, we can get one out to you probably in a day, two maybe at the latest, and that way you can still maintain production if you chip one. You also need to have spare O-rings. These are sold in 10 packs for different size ink cups. Pricing's available from Innovative by talking to Rob. Any of these supplies you want to get, you can talk to Rob at Innovative. You also need to purchase a small scale. This is one that maybe 25, 30 bucks, goes up to a couple hundred grams in 1/10 of a gram increments for accuracy. If you're color matching, you might want to get a scale, or you want to get a scale that goes to hundredths of a gram for accuracy. But for just mixing ink every day, for consistency, you want to weigh what you're doing. And so a scale like this is sufficient, a couple hundred grams, accurate to, like I said, 1/10 of a gram. You also need to have ink mixing cups. So this is number 1 plastic or PET. You can also use polypropylene cups. I don't recommend using any kind of paper cup with wax, styrofoam, or solo cups, for example. The ink or the thinner will melt those and you'll have a big mess on your hands. So we sell these cups in sleeves of 50, or you can buy a case of them if you want to. You also need mixing sticks so you can mix up ink in the cups while you're on your scale. Tongue depressors, we sell these in cases of 500. You also want to have, for mixing up inks when the cans are full off the shelf, you want to have either a regular paint stir stick like this guy I got from Lowe's, or if you can find like a big baker's icing spatula that's about this length, stainless steel that you can wipe off, you could use that too. You want to get some disposable plastic pipettes. These pipettes are useful also when you're adding ink because you can meter a couple grams in at a time, and it also fits inside of the top of the Tosh ink cup, so you can add thinner right on press without having to break everything down to add thinner. I want to get some protective gloves. These are Velocity gloves that we sell. We've been all over the country looking for latex-free powder, latex and powder-free examination gloves that hold up to solvent, and these work really well. You need to have tape, and a pad printer's best friend is 2-inch clear packing tape. This is used for cleaning pads, and that's all you really need to clean pads with, except in cases when they're brand new, or if you drop them on the floor and get them really filthy. Some double-sided tape is nice to have. This double-sided tape can be used to attach nesting fixtures to the machine for doing tests and things like that. On this machine right here, I've got a nesting fixture attached for a golf ball. I'm using T-nuts that slide into the Tosh table. So we also have those T-nuts. Again, if you contact Rob, you can get some T-nuts to go into your Tosh table if you have one of these. Or for just doing testing and things like that, sticking some prototype nests to that table, you can just use double-sided tape. For cleaning itself, as far as chemical, we use acetone. If that's cool in your plant, that's what we recommend. It's certainly a lot cheaper than cleaning with thinner. If you're recirculating and you have a recirculating cleaning machine, we do have some chemicals that you can use in there, so let us know if you have one of those machines. As far as rags for cleaning, I recommend using just plain Kleenex. You can get boxes or cases of Kleenex at Sam's. That's very inexpensive. I like these tissues because they're easy to work with, get down inside the ink cup in small spaces, and they're extremely absorbent, more absorbent than say shop rags, old cut up t-shirts, and even like the chem wipes and things like that that people use. Alternatively, another thing that's cheap that works pretty well, not as well as Kleenex, is just plain old paper towel. So those are some of the basic things that you need to get along with your pad printer. Like I said, we have most of those at Innovative Marketing Systems, and you can contact Rob at 978-459-6533, extension 307, for pricing and availability on all this stuff. Thanks.